What's up, fragrant world, and welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. Today we're talking about a really surprising fragrance house, a new and up and coming brand. They just launched this year, I believe. They're known as Pheroe. They are based out of Santa Monica, California, which is in Southern California in the Los Angeles area. And they were generous enough to send me three, I think maybe the only three fragrances they currently have. And they have a very, very purposeful and very, very clear vision for their brand, which I really, really appreciate. So I'm going to talk about what they smell like, and trust me, they're wonderful scents. And on top of that is going to be, again, the vision that they have, that they're trying to put forward into the world by way of one of their passions, which is fragrance. So this brand, once again, is called Pheroe. I believe I'm saying that correctly. They currently have three fragrances, and they primarily make oils. The cool thing about these oils is that the batches and the bottles are all made by hand, one at a time. So each one is a little bit different, kind of unique. So whatever one you get is actually going to be a unique batch to you, because again, they're all made separately. So that's kind of a cool thing. Everything is recyclable materials. This is recycled paper box. It's really great quality. The bottle itself is recycled glass and everything. I'm going to show you now. And the coolest thing about this brand is that 1% of their profits go to a nonprofit organization called 1% for the Planet, which aims to basically get rid of plastic pollution here on our planet. And I think that's an awesome cause. So they have made themselves a member of this organization. So again, 1% of their profits go back to that. So here is the actual bottle. And they're all gonna look like this. Same color and everything, except you're going to see the notes that are written here, which I'll talk about in a second, are all different. This particular one I'm going to talk about first is called Aqua. Now, what Pheroe intended is for these to be travel size, so they're TSA compliant. You can take them in your bag or whatever. You can take them on a plane. Either way, they're just supposed to be compact. They're made for an active lifestyle. Now, one thing to keep in mind with all these, they're subtle. They're meant to be subtle fragrances. They wanted to create the antithesis of what you find when you go to a department store or anything that's coming out from designer brands, especially these overwhelming fragrances with lots of notes, which honestly, I don't really mind, but I don't mind the other side of things too. Simplicity is beautiful as well. So Aqua, the three notes that we have, and all of them have a trifecta of notes. We got bergamot, lavender, and vetiver here. And this is a beautiful scent. They're all just beautiful, subtle, all very unisex. And how this one came off to me at first, I actually wasn't crazy about it. I put it on my skin and it was a little bit medicinal, almost like aloe vera or eucalyptus or something like that. It was very green and fresh, but I was like, oh, this is almost like menthol-y, almost minty. But as soon as it started to dry, within a few seconds, that beautiful lavender comes out, which is really at the forefront, fresh, aromatic, and clean. That bergamot adds more brightness to it, maybe a touch of zing, and you got a little bit of earthy but clean vetiver underneath. It's just that. It's those three notes. They ride through the journey of the fragrance all together, and they don't really change all that much. Like, none of these fragrances really change, and that is attributed to these note breakdowns. You don't get much development, but it is gorgeous while it lasts. And again, it is subtle and simple. You can just apply it to your pulse points. Again, it's a roll-on. It's an oil, like I said, so it's a roll-on. You got a nice quality metal roller ball, which I always appreciate, and easy to roll on. And again, it's not going to scream off your skin. It's just something to refresh yourself. If you get off the plane or whatever, you need to feel a little bit more clean. You're going to go see some people. You can refresh, or if you're just coming out of the gym, you can refresh, have this in your gym bag, things like that. So that first one is called Aqua. The next one we're going to talk about, this one is called Olive. Now, I will say the only thing I'm not crazy about with these is that they don't actually put the name of the fragrance on the box or the bottle for some reason. I had to actually go to the website to find the names. They have the notes, and obviously they're differentiated by their colors in terms of the box color, but beyond that, there's nothing on the box that says this is olive. But just so you know, this is olive. Another thing I forgot to mention is that these use all natural oils in them. You got jojoba oil, you got avocado oil, they use argan oil, and all those oils are great for your skin. So not only are you smelling great, but You're actually nourishing your skin, which is wonderful. So olive, 3 notes in here. We have geranium, bamboo, and chamomile, a very interesting trio of notes. And this one is gorgeous. I think this is my favorite one. It's fresh and green and a little minty with that geranium. Just a touch of sweetness. I think the greenness kind of comes from the bamboo, and that chamomile just kind of envelops the two with this almost creamy and soft nature, but it definitely comes off like tea. This is beautiful. This was my scent of the day. This is beautiful. I love this scent. I absolutely love this great quality smell. Again, very simple, not really going to change that much, but just soft and subtle and fresh and clean. But this one actually has a bit more interest to my nose than Aqua, just because you don't see this trio of notes together like this all that much. So I really appreciate them kind of going out of their way to make something that not only smells fresh but also interesting. So that is olive. And this last one up, this is called sand, as dictated by the color. I think the colors match the names well. Again, I wish the names were on the box, unless I'm just totally blind. I've looked everywhere, but the name is not here. So that's okay. Now you know it's called sand. And this one is also unisex like the rest, but many might consider this one a little bit on the feminine side, but I think that anyone could wear this fragrance, just like with just about any fragrance. Main notes in here: jasmine, ylang ylang, and sandalwood. So it is what it sounds like. Not sandy by any means. In fact, maybe by sand, think more beach. I would think more in that direction, because ylang ylang can have kind of a tropical sweetness to it. So what you get out of here, the 2 floral notes, jasmine and ylang ylang, work perfectly together. They're paired so well here. You get that powdery nature from the jasmine, slightly indolic, but it's sweet and it's kind of rich, and again kind of tropical from the ylang ylang, and that's a beautiful touch. And it's kind of grounded and made a little bit more tame by way of the sandalwood, which brings a nice creamy woodiness, which grounds the fragrance. This is beautiful. Again, maybe a little bit more on the feminine side, because the ylang ylang as a main note is something you find more in fragrances that are marketed towards women, but of course marketing is arbitrary, so we don't even have to talk about that now. Gorgeous scent, sweet, kind of fresh, creamy, soft and subtle. Really, really nice to freshen yourself up with, just like all of these. Now all these fragrances are relatively inexpensive. 10 milliliter oil, which is the size of all of them, 25 bucks. Not bad. And I think especially for the quality that you're getting, it's a pretty dang good deal. Maybe a little bit more expensive than some of the oils that I've talked about previously from Zoha and from Oil Perfumery. Those are usually on the cheaper side, but I think you're getting what you pay for here. The packaging is a little bit more top notch, so you do pay a premium for that. I think the actual oils themselves are more premium, and I think it is a great cost. Again, they're giving these proceeds back to the environment, which I love. And wonderful thing for new customers, I think you can get 15% off your first order. So yeah, something to really look into. They keep it simple. Again, they have 3 to choose from for now. I'm sure they'll have more in the near future, but for now, go down to the description and check out Pheroe and see what you think. If you've tried this brand, let me know what you think. If not, again, check out the link and maybe look into getting one of these if you're interested. So Pheroe, thank you so much for sending me these fragrances. It's been a joy to get to know them and to get to know your brand a little bit more. I look forward to seeing what you guys have coming up here in the future. And thank you so much for watching. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.